Hey bloggers! In this tutorial, we are going to answer that $1,000,000 question on Pinterest. Do your monthly viewers really matter? This is a question that I get all the time. Most of my students wonder, do my monthly page views on Pinterest really matter? This number right here. So we're going to talk about this number and we're going to discuss whether or not this is something you should truly focus on. First and foremost, let's talk about what your monthly viewers really mean. Your monthly viewers on Pinterest are a collection of everyone that has scrolled past any of the pins that you saved in a given month. This includes your own pins that you created and store on Pinterest and other people's pins that you save on Pinterest. So effectively, you could be saving other people's pins. People could be viewing those pins, and this number could be going up. This number itself, your monthly page views, doesn't have any reflection on your own blog posts or your website traffic. So when you ask this question, do Pinterest monthly viewers really matter? My answer is they don't matter a whole lot. Of course, we always want to see our numbers increasing. We want to see upward growth as much as possible. But when we're talking about our monthly page viewers, we're also talking about people that are scrolling past pins that aren't our pins that don't lead to our website, and pins that don't do anything for our own blog traffic. So I'm going to show you an example in my Pinterest analytics. These are my top impressions, my top pin impressions in the last 30 days. And this includes everything that I've pinned, my pins and other people's pins. And you'll notice that these are the top 5 performing pins. The first one is my pin. The second one is my pin. I know it because they're my pins. But ultimately, all of these impressions are going to equal the total of monthly impressions that I received from Pinterest. But if you look at this third pin right here, that's actually not my pin. I saved this pin. I'm going to open up so you can see the pin that I saved. It's a beautiful home office. I saved it for a reason. I saved it to my home office board. A lot of other pinners are saving this pin as well. But you'll notice that if anybody scrolls past this pin, whether it's in their smart feed, their search feed, or their following feed because they follow my account and this pin popped up in their feed, actually, when people scroll past this pin, it's going to increase my monthly viewers on Pinterest. So my question for you, when people scroll past this pin on Pinterest, is it actually doing anything for my website? Not at all, because this isn't my pin. Nobody's actually clicking on this pin anyway. It's not a rich pin. It's not leading to my website. It is just an image on Pinterest. It's a beautiful image. A lot of people like this image. Obviously, it's getting attention on Pinterest, but it's not my pin and it's not leading to my blog, meaning I'm not getting any website traffic from people clicking on this pin or even scrolling past this pin. This is why I tell you that your Pinterest monthly page views do not matter. You could potentially be saving thousands of other people's pins, and people can be scrolling past them in Pinterest every single day, and you can have millions of monthly page viewers on Pinterest, but that can equal 0 monthly views or daily views, website traffic to your own site. This is why I tell you not to stress about vanity metrics. Your monthly views on Pinterest simply do not matter. This is a collection of everyone that has scrolled past any pin that you have ever saved on the Pinterest platform. And if you're saving popular pins, then this number is going to be really high. I'm in the online business and blogging niche on Pinterest. So my monthly page views are not going to be as high as someone in the beauty or the fashion or the DIY crafting niche, because those are super, super popular categories on Pinterest. So someone who is pinning a lot of content that is super popular on Pinterest, their monthly page views are going to be much higher. I have a lot of students that say, I have 1 million page views on Pinterest. How come I'm not making any money? How come I don't have any blog traffic? And I'll tell you why. The reason is people are scrolling past your pins on Pinterest, but they are not acting on your pins that lead to your website. You're not getting engagement with your own content leading back to your own site. This is why I always recommend focusing on creating great content, optimizing the heck out of that content, and then marketing your content to a wider audience between Pinterest and other social media platforms. Ultimately, you want to focus on the things that truly drive targeted traffic back to your website. You don't want to focus on vanity metrics, and you don't want to focus on things that really don't increase your website traffic or your bottom line. So if anybody comes across you and says, I have 1 million monthly page views on Pinterest, let me show you how to use Pinterest, buy my $500 course on Pinterest, always take a step back and ask yourself, do those page views really matter? Do those 1 million monthly viewers on Pinterest really equal strategic action that increases your own website traffic? Because that's what we really want. We want website traffic. We don't want monthly page views on Pinterest. They just don't mean anything. And back to my example, you'll see my website, my web post, my blog post on my website, how I made this much money from my blog, has the most impressions and most clicks and most saves this month, as opposed to this other pin that's just a pretty picture. I love the picture. I saved it for a reason. And it does have a lot of impressions. It does have a lot of people saving it. But at the end of the day, it's just a picture and it's not doing anything for me or my business. So the fact that this picture is increasing my monthly page views goes to show that those monthly page views are not the number that I should be focusing on. There are so many more important things to focus on. Your Pinterest monthly page views are not one of them. So focus on things that truly matter, like your website traffic, the engagement that you're getting on your pins, and your top performing articles, which you can find in your Google Analytics dashboard. I hope that this tutorial was helpful. I hope that this clarified something that has been complicated for a lot of people. And if you have any questions, as always, do not hesitate to reach out to me.